All right, welcome back to another After Dark, everyone. Hope you guys had a wonderful day. Hope you guys' night's going good so far. I'm chilling over here, and I wanted to look into. I couldn't decide on whether to throw some love at Wilt Chamberlain or to Bill Russell, and I found the perfect solution. So this is a video from Secret Base, which makes like high quality, awesome content. I love this channel. And the title of the video is Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell's beef turned a beautiful friendship into 24 years of silence. And so this is going to cover the rivalry between these two. And it was a hell of a rivalry that these guys had. So I thought we'd check this out. And I know towards the end of Wilt's life, like the two of them reconnected, because I would see them doing interviews together and kind of joking around and laughing. But I think somewhere along the lines they must have had a long falling out, because it wasn't until the 90s that I started seeing them together again. But anyways, as always, I'm going to link the original video down below in the description. If you guys want to watch this video without my commentary, go right ahead. Everybody else, please leave a like on this video. Helps out a ton. And yeah, I appreciate it every time. You guys help me out. Without you guys, this channel is nothing. So I really do appreciate you. Thank you guys so much. And let's keep rocking. This is one of those videos that, for whatever reason, because time has kind of forgot about Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell, these are very low view videos. So this is just like for the love of the game. You know, this is it. This is for us real ones. You know, if you clicked on this, you know you're one of the real ones on the channel that are looking for more than just like current news drama. Like, this is for the love of basketball. All right, let's check out some Wilt and the Russell stuff, huh? Let's do it.
For most of Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain's illustrious, decorated careers, they were in direct competition with each other. They faced off in the playoffs 8 times in 10 years.
Yeah.
And they got along well those 10 years. For this is a story of reverse beef. Direct competition equaled friendship. Their playing days no longer overlapping, the end of direct competition, that equaled beef.
That's kind of opposite, isn't it?
Bill Russell joined the league in 1956. His specialty was defense and rebounding, and he left the scoring to his teammates.
Hell of a passer, too.
It was an extremely successful strategy. Within his first 3 seasons, he won an MVP award, 2 rebounding titles, and 2 championships. Probably would have been 3 championships if he hadn't destroyed his ankle during the finals his sophomore season. The guy was king of the league, but at the end of his 3rd year, his reign was predicted to be over. And I mean the exact end of his 3rd year. As Russell was waiting for a flight home after winning the 1959 NBA championship, he had to field questions about a young hotshot center who was set to replace him. Wilt Chamberlain had been famous since high school, where his teams took...
That's just the most ridiculous photo ever. Wow. That's crazy.
Title after title, and he once scored 90 points in a game. The center's reputation preceded him. Here's a sampling of comments from before Wilt ever played a professional game. Chamberlain's better than Russell could even hope to be. This one's from Russell's own all-star teammate, Bob Cousy. Russell and Chamberlain haven't even played each other yet.
Wait, what did Bob Cousy say? I'd have to say Chamberlain's got to have the nod. Okay, so even his own teammates, yeah, everyone is basically propping up Wilt as though he's like God's gift to basketball coming in. I get it.
Our teammate, Bob Cousy. Russell and Chamberlain haven't even played each other yet.
Chamberlain's much better than Russell, that one said.
So here we have our first opportunity for beef. Russell, you pissed? The press said so. Russell's working on his shooting over the summer because he won't be outdone. But these quotation marks are just decoration.
Yeah.
Russell didn't say war. He said, "You can bet I'll be working this summer." That's not beef.
No,
That's
it's not.
the most casual comment I've ever seen.
It's funny, even that long ago, like 70 years ago, the media was still as slimy as ever.
So beef opportunity 1 rejected. Once they actually played each other, Wilt didn't end up eclipsing Russell. He was very, very good his rookie year, but Russell didn't have a bad 1960 either. So who was superior? That was debated widely. Beef opportunity 2? You guys want to pitch yourselves or denigrate the other guy? Nope. They only had the nicest stuff to say about it.
Okay. About Russell. The rookie complimented the Celtics ace. Okay, so this is Wilt saying he is the toughest I've played or expect to play. He's the best defensive man in the league or the world as far as I'm concerned. Okay. That's very polite. That's very kind words. And Russell's saying this about Wilt. I only wish I could have been that good as a rookie. I mean, okay. It's pretty chill right now, media.
At each other. Turns out all this was the start of a beautiful friendship. These guys were used to dominating with ease. It was fun to play hard and be challenged.
Yeah.
The competition with each other united them. And apparently, loving competition is the basis for the strongest friendship imaginable. Because these two had so many more legitimate beef opportunities that they totally bypassed. Let's take a step back and look at their careers on the whole. Chamberlain went on to dominate Russell in individual statistics, as you can see here. Okay, well, Russell was never going to be a scoring champion. He was all about defense. The All-Star comparison doesn't look that substantial, but All-Star games were East versus West. Chamberlain played in Philly for 6.5 years. Thus, our pal centers were often on the same All-Star team. And there's only one starting center per team.
Yep.
Usually Wilt. Russell admitted that stung. But he kept those feelings to himself until after his playing days.
That's all right.
Russell
Keep
held
winning rings.
this record before Chamberlain with 51 rebounds per game. And Chamberlain actually set this record while playing against Russell and the Celtics.
Wow.
But the Celtics won that game.
Oh my God, it sounds like modern LeBron James. He's just going after the records, but not actually winning the damn games.
So this one didn't sting. And
wait, it's like you say, Coach. Statistics, they can have them all long as we win. Yep. I agree with that 100%.
Russell's quote here brings us to this row of the chart. Bill Russell, 11 championships. Wilt Chamberlain, 2.
Yep, that's what
Wilt
matters.
has the stats, but Russell has the rings.
Yeah, you can have all those All-Star game starts. I can care less. I got too many rings for my fingers. You know, I got 11 rings. Oh man. I always said the same thing about Phil Jackson. He's got one too many rings. That's too many now. 10 should be the max. You know, 10 for 10 fingers.
And if we zoom enhance that row, we see that in the 10 years their careers overlapped, they met in either the conference finals or the NBA finals 8 times.
Yeah.
7 out of those 8 times, Bill's team beat Wilt's teams. It's in this one-sided playoff record that we get the bulk of our beef opportunities. There's the year Russell not only beat Chamberlain in the Eastern Division Finals, but got league MVP despite the fact that Chamberlain averaged 50 points per game. That seems frustrating, eh, Wilt? Feeling a little resentful, maybe? Nope. In fact, this is what Chamberlain said after Russell ended his season. There's nobody like him.
Okay, let's get the full context. Wilt, though, snickering, blah, 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 shirt on 48 minutes. Through the games, Wilt said, damn good. Played great. He's the best. There's nobody like him. Okay. Wait. With a man like Russell around, he never says it's time to quit. Okay. Yeah, okay, so still positive words.
Boston should win the finals with a man like Russell around. The public, the press, and the league asked to speak with the restaurant manager. They'd been waiting too long for their beef. So, fine, whatever, they'll make their own. The year Chamberlain didn't make the playoffs, he got roasted alive in the press. He's selfish. He doesn't try hard enough. He's a crybaby for claiming Russell has better coaches and teammates than him. Meanwhile, Russell enjoyed headlines like, Russell the Great. Bill Russell is the emperor of basketball. Hail Russell. A narrative was forming. Bill was the good guy. Wilt was the bad guy.
Yeah.
The loser. And the waiter left the kitchen with 2 plates heaped high with beef, but before he arrived at Wilt and Bill's table, Chamberlain gave a subtle shake of his head. Nah. The waiter turned on his heels. Chamberlain wasn't resentful toward Russell because of the roles the press thrust upon them.
I mean, I gotta say, props to Wilt for choosing a friendship over this ego and drama. So far, we got a ways to go.
In fact, during all this time, Chamberlain was having Russell come to his house for Thanksgiving dinner.
Wow.
With Chamberlain's mom and extended family and stuff. That's the highest level of friendship.
It is.
It's friends becoming family. And it was a reciprocal relationship. Russell didn't just sit back and enjoy the turkey and the hero role. He spoke out against his friend's loser label. That was a stand-up move, especially because Chamberlain had confided in Russell. The loser label hurt. But okay, how about the 1966 Eastern Division Finals Game 2, a fight? The Pals nearly come to blows here. Was that a little shove? The chef tossed the beef on the grill, but then the waiter ran in. That's not what they ordered. Bill and Wilt ordered friendship pie.
I'm sorry. The dialogue is so funny. She's hilarious, honestly. All right, what's it say? It's a dead issue as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, what I had to say, I said to him. Fair enough. Don't have to say it to the media. He was actually really smart with the media.
Ran in. That's not what they ordered. Bill and Wilt ordered friendship pie. They wouldn't discuss the argument with the press and held no grudges.
Brilliant.
It happened on the court. It did not come off the court. The incident and lack of aftermath was emblematic of the guys' relationship. Enemies on the court, all good off the court.
Yeah.
Remember, it's the intense competition that bonded them. They liked being challenged. If they weren't nearly coming to blows while playing, it would be a sign something was off.
Yeah. Did you guys know Clyde Drexler and Michael Jordan are actually really close friends to this day? And on the court, they were pinned against each other too, as far as shooting guards. And yeah, great competition sometimes. If you win and lose with honor and grace, like it can lead to some of the most amazing friendships once that competition is over. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, best example I could ever come up with. In the 80s, they were pinned against each other head to head for who's going to be the biggest action star. And they openly admit they hated each other back then. They are best friends. They've been best friends for over 10 years now. And those two are hilarious together. But it's the same thing. The competition is over, and they realize they have more in common than not. So they became buddies. And the rest is history.
But now it's time to find out what could break their bond. 1969. NBA Finals, Game 7, 5 minutes and 19 seconds left.
All right, so this is when, Chamberlain's a Laker at this point.
Russell's Celtics up 7 points on Chamberlain's Lakers. Chamberlain hurts his knee and comes out of the game. And he looks pretty hurt and pretty upset. Minutes later, the Lakers are down only 1, and Wilt is begging to come back in. Maybe the initial shock and pain of his knee injury had receded. It seems reasonable to want back in.
For sure.
But that was a sentiment Chamberlain's many, many critics did not consider. What they did consider was when the Lakers looked like they were going to lose, Wilt was too hurt to play. And then minutes later, when it looked like they could win, he was apparently fine. And one of those critics doubting his injury and integrity, Chamberlain's close personal friend, Bill Russell. Ladies and gentlemen, the beef is finally served.
Oh, so there it goes. There's the first punch thrown. Damn. Especially if Wilt wanted to go back in and he wasn't allowed to go back in. Yeah. Wilt copped out, Russell says. Uh-oh.
Russell was so pissed at Chamberlain for leaving the game because now his title was tainted. He had to endure people who believed the Lakers would have won if Chamberlain wasn't hurt. He had to endure press clippings that literally said he did not beat Chamberlain for this title. You might be thinking, so what? Who cares what people say? Why can't Russell just be happy with his ring? Well, Game 7, 1969 was the last NBA game Bill would ever play. He hadn't told anyone beforehand, but he had decided to retire. So, thanks to Wilt leaving the floor, Russell's career ended not with a big bang, but with a tiny little star.
That's fine. That was championship
number 11.
Now,
if you believe Chamberlain was really injured, how could you be mad at him? It's not a guy's fault he gets hurt.
And I'm actually surprised by this with Russell because he had 10 before this. Like, this was his 11th championship. If you're going to put an asterisk on one, fine, let it be number 11, I guess. He already proved his case. Any injury short of a broken leg or a broken back isn't good enough. I love the old school mentality, though. When Chamberlain took himself out of the final game, when he hurt his knee, well, I wouldn't.
But Russell did not believe Wilt was injured. At least not enough to come out of the game. We didn't see bone. His spine was still functioning.
Yeah.
Stay and compete. Fight me. That's what our friendship relies on.
Yeah.
And if that competition is gone, well, buddy, get ready to see another side of Bill Russell.
Oh, shit.
Not only did Russell cast doubt on the severity of Chamberlain's injury, but he joined the Wilt is a loser bandwagon. He became the most credible source, validating the narrative the press had pushed for years, the narrative his friend told him was hurtful, the narrative he himself didn't buy in his playing days.
God damn. So Bill Russell became kind of like a monster because of this. I got to make sure I like this video. Yep. This is a good one. This is good stuff.
Hey, recently retired Russell, why does Chamberlain have fewer championships than you? He's selfish. Does Chamberlain deserve the loser label? Yes and no. Oh, hey, that doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty bad.
Bill said yes, he deserves it because he is a loser and a braggart. Okay.
He thinks he's a genius and he isn't. Oh shit, he's going at him.
Well, the yes part was always going to be harsh. How about that no, he doesn't deserve it part? Recently retired Russell said Chamberlain didn't deserve his bad rap because people see his potential as greater than it is. They don't take human frailties into consideration.
Wow.
In other words, everyone overestimated a frail man.
Wow. He okay. 2024 terms. He called him soft.
Mean? These quotes came out a few weeks after the finals. In his autobiography published 22 years later, Wilt admitted he was furious, but in 1969 he simply didn't respond to the betrayal. And then he and Russell did not speak to each other for the next 24 years.
Damn.
They spoke about each other during those 2.5 decades because people asked them about each other. And also maybe because a certain someone was still angry. A decade after Wilt left the floor, Bill Russell wrote a book in which he continued to cast doubt on Chamberlain's Game 7 injury, and continued to lend credibility to the Wilt is a stat-obsessed loser narrative.
I did not know Bill Russell had this side of him. This is terrible.
Russell did write that his anger toward Chamberlain was selfish, but even recognizing that, he didn't hold back. Meanwhile, the only retaliation from Chamberlain that I could find in the decades of silent treatment was extremely passive and weighted with hurt. He defended his legacy, saying Russell always had better teams and coaches than him. In his 1973...
Okay, that's like a LeBron move. So that was weak. Basically saying, this guy has more help than me. Come on, man. Win the game. All right, I wish I had won all those championships, of course, but I really think I grew more as a man in defeat than Russell did in victory. Oof.
Autobiography, Chamberlain said he grew more in defeat than Russell did in victory. But Chamberlain's 7'2". Does growing more really make up for rings and reputation?
Yeah.
And I know he's not talking about height. My point is, the solace of quietly being a better man doesn't seem like much solace.
Yeah.
In a 1987 TV interview, Chamberlain awkwardly avoided admitting Russell's the best player he ever played against.
Would it automatically beat Bill Russell, or maybe a surprise to see?
No, not at all. I think Bill Russell did a great deal for his team. There's a lot of great players I played. Willis Reed, Nate Thurman, Oscar Robertson.
Protesting too much, you know? He also suggested that Russell wasn't happy in retirement.
But today, I'm not so sure that he is a very happy man.
Perhaps alluding to Russell's not super successful stint as a broadcaster, or his also minimally successful attempts at coaching. And sure, maybe Russell's not as happy as when he was celebrating a championship on the court, but none of Chamberlain's comments seem like an equitable comeback for the vile Russell spat at him. I guess that's where the 24 years of not speaking comes into play. Chamberlain doesn't get petty or vengeful, he just drops his old friend completely.
That's honestly, if I was Wilt, that's what I would do. Like, this guy's just out there attacking me for nothing. Do I know whether or not his injury was valid? No, I don't. But I assume it was. But either way, even if he, Okay, well, what it is I do I believe Wilt was asking to go back into the game? That's what I don't know. But I kind of believe that he did. Nobody corrected him, but who really knows other than him and the coaching staff. But the point being is if he was really injured, like I'm thinking like a first person now. If I was injured in the finals and I couldn't play the last couple of minutes and I tried to get it back into the game, but my coaching staff wouldn't let me. And now this family member of mine, basically, we have Thanksgiving together, is on an all-out attack on me, attacking my character, attacking my basketball performances, and just bashing me as a human. Fuck that guy. I'm done. Like I would be very content never talking to him again and never talking about him again. So I wouldn't even entertain the idea of Russell anymore. I'd be like, nah, I don't. Who's that? Yeah, I don't know that guy no more. You know, that's some dude I used to know. Anyways, next question. Like, I wouldn't even entertain it at all.
Now, on one hand, it's odd that the beef lasted so long because Russell has said,
A couple years later, I had a chance that we were alone. I looked him in the eye and I said, I apologize.
and while both men say there was an apology, the details are a bit murky.
But then he apologized a few years later on, but never to me, but through the press or what have you.
Then in
Okay, so Russell's saying he looked him in the eye, and then Wilt is saying he did it through the press, not in person.
his 1991 autobiography, Chamberlain specifically asks his former friend why it's so hard to apologize to him directly.
Yeah, seriously. That's all it would take. We used to be family. Just apologize. You said some really crappy stuff. Just set it straight. Set it straight. It doesn't even have to be in the media. You can apologize to me face to face. Then we show up together somewhere and the media's all over us and be like, yeah, it's water under the bridge. We're all good now. But you got to be the bigger man and apologize because you were the one attacking.
Both of their various books shed light on why this beef had no expiration date. Russell said essentially competitive people are stubborn. Chamberlain admitted there
Yeah.
might be some deep down, never expressed resentment toward Russell for the good guy, bad guy roles. With no reconciliation in sight, Reebok came to the rescue.
Reebok?
Kind of. In 1993, Reebok cast this collection of legendary centers in a
Guys, you remember this commercial? With Shaq Diesel?
commercial for rookie Shaquille O'Neal's new shoe. And as you can see, this ad featured Chamberlain and Russell standing next to each other. And Wilt said, fuck it, let's have fun and be friends again.
I'm so grateful to Wilt for having the magnanimous personality to be able to bring everyone together. Okay. That's a quote from Bill Walton.
Look at how hard they're laughing in this behind-the-scenes footage. You cannot tell these guys hadn't spoken in over 2 decades.
Damn.
Wilt would rather just have fun with his old friend than get revenge or justice for some shitty quotes.
Yeah.
And just like that, the beef evaporated. They did interviews together and talked on the phone all the time.
Yeah, so okay, like I said, in the 90s, so that was the catalyst. I didn't know that was the catalyst in 93. I started seeing them all the time on TV again. And they were always happy and laughing just like this. As regularly as a couple of old ladies. Though they're talking on the phone on a regular basis, like a couple old ladies. I got you.
All this was no match for the bond formed when the best compete with the best. In this story, friendship wins. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Damn good. I mean, it's hold on.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching.
Yeah, okay. It's nice that it has a happy ending. I'm hoping, I'm assuming Bill Russell eventually apologized. And, you know, at least just say, like, my bad, man. I was out of line. At least start somewhere, you know? But I'm glad this one did have a happy ending. And the two of them did reconcile, and they were buddies until Wilt passed away first. And rest in peace, both of you. But I'm glad they got to reconcile before it was too late. Because if I'm not mistaken, Wilt did not live that long after this. So I'm going to look it up real quick right now. Wilt Chamberlain. Come on. Yeah, he died that's what I thought. He died in 1999. So they had 6 more years together. Basically 6 more years of friendship together before Wilt passed away. But hey, 6 years better than nothing. 6 years is better than nothing. So I honestly didn't know how close they were when they were playing against each other. I thought this friendship formed in the 90s. So all this beef and all this history between them, I didn't know that they were like having Thanksgiving together and treating each other like family and standing up for each other in the media. I actually learned a lot from this video, so I hope you guys did too. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, I asked you like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike it if you didn't. I'll pay attention. And subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. If you do, I will see you tomorrow morning for the next one. What will it be? That's a mystery, y'all. I'll see you in the morning, okay? Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful, peaceful night. Tell your loved ones you love them. And carpe diem, okay? All right. Peace out, everyone.